All right, so the 3 reasons why child support laws don't work is first because of the poverty-stricken. Necessities are going to become first. Food and water and shelter are going to come before paying a punishment ticket, a ticket given by the government by punishing the father. The second reason it doesn't work is because of that exactly. Psychologically, it torments the father, thinking he's being punished for either not making enough money, and psychologically it tortures that father where they become almost to the point they're speechless. A lot of them are now. And third, we have proof that it doesn't work because there are poverty-stricken fathers sitting in prison who are voiceless, who don't get to speak out because of this child support law and the Dead Parent Act, which is created by Gerald Ford, who was a successor of Nixon, who was a crook. So we know it's a dirty law, and we know it's hurting many poverty-stricken fathers. So we know that necessities come first when you're in poverty. You don't really know what poverty is really like because you're not suffering it, and then you're demanded to give up important bills that you need to live, like nutrition. I don't go to the grocery store and shop. I have proof of that. I don't get to go to the grocery store and shop for groceries. I haven't in 2 years. I have someone that helps me with that. I was starving when I met Linda. Okay? The third reason is we have proof because there are poverty-stricken fathers sitting behind bars because of a punishment law that was designed to punish someone for not making enough money. Imagine this, though. Imagine if the country just locked people up for not making enough money. It's the same exact thing. 3 reasons, right? Economically, it doesn't work because necessities are going to come first to the poverty-stricken. That's the first reason. Necessities are more important, especially now in the pandemic. We're trying to survive. Second reason is because of its design out of punishment, which messes with the father's psyche. Psychologically, it damages the father. Why am I being punished? Oh my gosh. It makes money, the value of money goes so far up into the father's life. It becomes so important that they can't even think about anything else, regardless of religion or God. And it goes beyond the boundaries of church and state too. That's a fourth thing too, is it goes beyond those boundaries. What about the father took a vow of poverty? Okay, I'm doing the best that I can to form these ideas and these reasons to fight back and to tell you why it doesn't work, but it doesn't work. And then there's another reason it doesn't work. It's uncivil. It's saying that the poor has to make this certain amount or they won't even be able to exist. It doesn't work. That's why I'm asking for change, to eradicate it. I guess the word eradicate is the right word. I'll have to look that up to make sure. But that's what I'm asking. So the word is correct. Eradicate the child support laws. Make it just a part of welfare and leave the father out of it. Here's another reason. We're going on a 6th reason. It's also politically incorrect because of gender. It's stating that the father is the breadwinner when many fathers stay at home and the mother makes all the money. Remember, the mother, ask yourself this, how many women are actually being sued for child support? It's probably one of thousands of men. It's very rare that a woman's ever sued for child support. So it's politically incorrect when it comes to gender as well. There's hundreds of reasons why it needs to be eradicated and erased out of our country's history. So I was born in 73. 1974, I did not have this voice to speak against something that was wrong. And as I was growing up at 1 year old, Gerald Ford was signing a law that would almost destroy me. Now I'm asking to eradicate that law and to free the poverty-stricken. Remember, the poor will inherit the earth. It says so in the New Testament, and I believe it says so in the Old Testament. It says so in the Bible. The poor will inherit the earth. And the poor will design many laws, just like they have in this country. And the poor have made this country great. You listen to the poor, then you're a great country. Biden, listen to the poor.
Oh my goodness, they're hauling their kids around in a truck for Halloween. Got real busy really quick. Now they're running behind my vehicle at full speed. Okay. Drop it somewhere up this way. More kids on the back of a truck in Halloween outfits. Oh dear. They're all over the place. So they've come out like at the last minute for the candy. Looks like we have a football game going on in the garage right here. I think I found it. I appreciate it. Alright, so I found him in the darkness. Some guy came out in the middle of nowhere, right over there. Going down this way. Drop that over this way. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. It's like Planet of the Kids, going after that candy. There's football games in garages, on televisions. I'm gonna try to get out of here if I can. I heard some screaming back there. Some kid with a glow stick going crazy. Can't tell if that's fireworks or some kind of sound effects. I'm sure it was fireworks. Sound like a whole string of blackjacks. I went through this neighborhood earlier today, and there were a lot of trick-or-treaters. This is the tail end of it, about 8:15, after 8 o'clock p.m. Looks like this is another garage party. Probably the 20th or 30th one that I passed by. Here's an ATV going this way. There's a kid in a pumpkin outfit, a wagon. Looks like probably his dad, hopefully, or at least someone pulling him in a wagon at the current moment. No Amber Alerts have gone off, so looks like some older trick-or-treaters there. And I'm probably gonna have to pull around this way. This looks like a festive one with a elephant, Nightmare Before Christmas kind of thing, with an elephant and a party hat. We're gonna pass by this one right now. I'm not really getting that one, but I'm gonna guess somewhere between Dumbo and Nightmare Before Christmas, I guess. I don't know. They dressed up Dumbo and put him before Tim Burton scene, mixing ideals and movie magic. Okay, good. Looks like we're clear. We're gonna head out of this place as quick as possible. As I was leaving, I was haunted by this ghostly projection on the side of this neighborly house, or was once neighborly. No telling what it will be in Christmas time. And that does look like a Mickey Mouse with a pumpkin. Very, very eerie. And looks like possible maybe hints to Christmas lights for the future, maybe, with eyeballs on them. I'm sure that there comes another soccer mom with her kid dressed up, parading with a flashlight. And a group of hoodlums. This guy has one flashlight right there. Well, that was one headlight too. I'm not gonna say anything about that because that's a Jacob Dylan song. It's very painful for a delivery driver. There's more of the neighborhood scoundrels. There's stuff over that way, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna go down this way and try to get into the clear. I think there's a turnoff somewhere. More parking. A guy approached me with beer, bated breath, talking about, what address you looking for? I just quietly walked on and said, I think it's this one up here. I'll be fine. All right. Well, I'm just wondering. Because he saw the delivery bag. I know how those conversations go. So we're Halloween, 8 o'clock, 8:17. 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. All right, so we're headed on. Looking for names of the actual neighborhood that I was in. I do know it's on the corner. I don't see any street names or anything. Surely there's something. Oh, there's another possible gunfire. I'm gonna be going around this way. It's not too far from North Lake is all I'm gonna say. Drop that Chipotle off pretty quick and we're gonna be heading to the next one. It was Waze reminding me to skedaddle out of here as quick as possible. Do you see smoke in the air over this? Oh, there they go. Those are probably illegal fireworks firing, which will probably go on during Christmas and New Year's as well. Right over the neighborhood, basically telling the authorities to you go where, you know. Sure, they'll be okay with that. Safely exploded over a few houses. Oops, we better pull over here and figure out what's going on. That's a neighborhood over there in North Lake. Figure it out later. The neighborhood was off of 114 West. We just passed. There's an entrance. Doesn't have like a name on the entrance of it. Let's see if I can get a cross street. The South County Line Road was the road that leads into that neighborhood. So it's South County Line Road coming off 114 West. Serious trick-or-treaters. A serious neighborhood full of festive October Halloween style horror at times. Soccer moms, some overweight, some underweight. No telling what they're eating now. Most likely just caramel apples and odd hard candy probably. It didn't look safe. I'd say every third person was drunk, at least adults. Beer on the breath, asking questions. What address are you looking for? Things like that. So, the kids were draped mostly in pumpkin outfits. One was wearing a banana. A few Comic-Con nerds to arise out of the neighborhood, most likely. A couple of Marvel characters I saw, maybe. A goblin here and there. Maybe a witch or two. If there are real witches there, I don't know. I don't want to know. But everything got real quiet. The guy came out of the shadows and says, I was the one that ordered the Chipotle. I dropped it, backed away. Said, I'm trying to keep my distance. He says, I understand. Picked it up and walked away. Most likely he's eating in the shadows now. Most of them are feasting, waiting for the winter to fall. That's Halloween. Next stop will be Rome. Right now it looks somewhat like the beginning parts of maybe a zombie film. Not many people out. Dark, sometimes is the case. Darkness, at least. One of these houses over here will be dropping off the food. Spin around this way to see if we can find the right address. It's usually the challenge in this kind of thing. I'm going to turn around again. It is a little creepy out right now. This is Main Street, so I'm assuming it's probably this house right here, which looks like a possible witch lives there. I don't know. Yep, there's someone moving in the shadows there. I'm assuming this is the one. They left the gate open for me. So this is my final message. I wish you the best. Oh dear. I don't see any address or anything. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong address, I think. Yeah, pretty sure that's incorrect. Okay, so we're way off. Looks like Way's missed this one for about a few blocks. So we almost knocked on an innocent's door with food that's not even really theirs. But we were able to see the right address on the outside of it, and knowing that we have to go back this way. So we'll be headed back that way to see if that's the correct address. So they missed it by a few blocks. Okay, it's time to switch to Google Maps. I'm right by the rustic water tower. No zombies or witches or goblins that I've seen yet. But trust me, if I do run across anyone, you'll be the first to know. I'll report it. Like I said, if I see any goblins, anything out of the ordinary, witches or anything, zombies, you'll be the first to know. I will report it with clarity. That looks like a Trump fan with a Texas flag, an American flag, but we'll keep clear of that too. I'm gonna go down this way and see if I can figure this out. This one's not giving me an address or anything. There's some kind of flaky thing here to see the resemblance of an address here, which doesn't really. Yeah, that's nothing there too. Once you could read the address here, so. But we're right by a marker 3011, but that doesn't mean no good without the address. I probably think somewhere around here, probably. At last, we found it. Alright, well, you know how that goes. Well, Cujo comes to mind. Still a horror film. No zombies. But I think I can't tell the type of dog, and I really don't care the breed. He didn't sound the happiest dog in the world. But they got their food, so onward we go. Oh dear. Way over there, the sidewalk is. It's a lady dressed up like Dracula. She's got a pumpkin candy carrier, a little bucket. It looks like a pumpkin. Very strange. She's all by herself. It's about 9:41. She's dressed up like Dracula. Well, we gotta drop these Buffalo Wild Wings at this house right here. It was a very spooky, very creepy road. And this way. back. When I was talking about eradicate child support laws, I don't mean for the government not to help and take care of poor children. What I mean is stop picking on the poor fathers. That's what I mean. I think it's time for us to advance as a country and realize that in one way or another, when it boils down to it, brass tacks, we're all children of God. And the country should look at us as the same. We should try to look at the people like God looks at the people. So if you do the research and you see that there's poverty-stricken fathers out there that are suffering immensely through this, let's review those laws. We should still support our children, but I think it should be drawn from a welfare from the government. And we shouldn't punish someone for being poor, whether it be the children or the father, because they come from the same class system. There could be such a thing as a curse of the starving class. Some believe that it could be a thing, and we shouldn't punish those that have to bear this lesser financial existence. That's all I ask, is let's review it. There are people out there that are trying to survive. And let's review it so that that money can go to helping others, rather than just going to waste. So we should draw it from welfare. Okay. Because you don't know the whirlwind and the trap that a poor father can get into, trying to meet the demands of something that they can't really meet the demands in the first place, or they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in. So I'm just asking our country to review those laws and not to punish people and lock people up for being poor. It not only goes across the lines of church and state, but it disturbs the lines of political correctness when it comes to gender, and it destroys an economical status. It makes the poor far poorer. How could they, if they really looked at it and reviewed it, how could they ask from someone that can't even really go to the grocery store and buy themselves groceries? And this goes for many fathers. A friend of mine suffered immensely because of this, and I don't even know if he's still around anymore. He tried to get a hold of me at one time, and I knew I was probably going to go down this path in one way or another. I feared it, and sometimes we're suckered into the things that we fear. We get drawn in to those things. Poverty, everyone is afraid of. Everyone is afraid of that. You're afraid of it. Nobody wants to go through that. So put yourself in my situation. I always say, allow the poor to be poor. The rich are going to be rich, regardless. But allow those that are struggling, allow them to at least struggle. It's beyond words that I can express all at once. I'm just asking for these laws to be reviewed and possibly eradicated to help others, especially in these times. These are hard times right now. Thank you. And I hope all of you have a great Thanksgiving coming up, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.